Welcome to Time for Horror. If you love darkness, legends, and stories that won't let you sleep, subscribe now, because the night begins here. In a small mountain valley, forgotten by maps and people, nestled between two sheer rocky ridges, lay the village of Dolni Klisur. Life there was quiet, yet no outsider ever stayed long, as if some invisible weight pushed them away. The old houses crumbled from rain and wind, their windows staring out like the eyes of dying animals that in the winter of 1989, on the coldest night, when the wind howled through the alleys and the snow crunched like bone underfoot, a child was born. The mother was a young woman, Elena, who had recently returned from the city. No one knew why she came back to this rotting village, but rumors spread quickly. She carried the child of a man no one had ever seen. The birth was unlike anything known. The old midwife, Maria, who had delivered dozens of babies, began calling out to God with the very first pains. Blood would not stop, the walls trembled, and the candles in the room extinguished on their own. By the third hour, when Elena no longer screamed like a woman but something deeper, older, more bestial, a boy was born. He did not cry. His pupils were larger than human, so black they reflected the firelight like mirrors. Maria fell to her knees, dropped the baby on the floor, and whispered, "It is not a child. This is a sign." The village kept silent. No one spoke of that night, but all saw the boy. They called him Nikolai, but soon whispers turned him into Niko the Black. At 10 years old, he had never cried, never played with the other children. He only stood on the bridge, staring at the river. Once, the river turned black for a whole day. No one dared approach him. Elena aged too soon, her eyes clouded. She constantly spoke alone in the dark, as if someone listened. Every night in Niko's room, the lamp pulsed like a beating heart. People swore they heard footsteps inside. Too many, as though some massive beast walked within the walls. At T16, animals began disappearing. First the dogs, then the cows, and finally people. The local teacher was found without eyes, his face twisted into a smile. No one dared say Niko's name, but all knew. One night, the church bell tolled on its own. The priest opened the door to see Niko standing there, tall, silent, his hands covered in blood. His eyes burned red, and behind him, through the mist, towered a colossal figure with horns and wings that stretched across half the sky. The villagers understood. The devil's son was no longer a child. He had come to claim what was his. Since then, Dolni Klisur has vanished from the map. The trees are dead, the river gone, and the bell tower stands black and hollow. They say if you take the old mountain road on a moonless night, you will hear laughter, deep, inhuman laughter of a young man, and the sound of countless hooves behind you. And if you turn around, there is no return. Years after Dolni Klisur's disappearance, strange tales still spread. Some claim to see the shadows of children playing near abandoned villages. Others speak of mysterious sounds from the forests. But the most terrifying of all, in the darkest nights, when the moon hides behind clouds, is the distant laughter echoing through the mountains. The legend of the devil's son lives on, whispered from mouth to mouth, and everyone who hears it wonders, is it just fear and superstition, or is there something far more real lurking in the dark? This was another dark tale from Time for Horror. If you want more legends and nightmares, hit subscribe and the bell before Niko the Black finds you.